Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, this class will be a follow-up to the last hour's class in which we learned some vocabulary which is related to weather. In this class, we'll be practicing our English conversational skills and use of that vocabulary. By talking about the weather, a very common sort of small talk conversational topic, especially amongst Americans. It's very normal to make small talk and talk about the weather. We'll practice a little small talk, and we'll also have a conversation in which you'll practice a little description, describing the weather where you live. And who knows, even I don't know exactly where the conversation will take us related to weather, maybe extreme weather, maybe climate change, who knows. But let's start out fairly simple. Hello again, Andre, welcome back.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Hey, Andre, how's the weather?
Now it's night, but the weather is very cold. Is outside? I think is that the temperature is. I don't know exactly. I just check and the temperature. Uh,
What do you think? What's the temperature?
temperature is. I don't know is what degree exactly. What
Take a
what
guess.
temperature? I guess is the. Okay, I know. It's uh 8 degree, and after what is negative 8. What
Negative
do you,
8.
yeah?
Awesome.
What do you pronounce this
What's
negative
that?
8?
Well, it's -8 Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And
Okay.
Americans are probably the only people left on Earth who still talk about Fahrenheit. So,
Are you Fahrenheit in America or
yeah,
Celsius?
generally,
Fahrenheit. Okay.
more often now they're reporting both at the same time. But often Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Because you use mile again. Oh, are you there? Okay. Whoops. Oh, I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
The teacher, you just go out in 2 minutes. I don't know exactly what he. I just check.
Is he coming back? I think.
I just check. Have a. Oh, I close the clouds. I close the window. I come back. The printer, you have another site. Are you okay?
Hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Bakri.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some kind of technical problem.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm back now. Hi, Bakri. We're having a conversation about weather. So, Bakri, how's the weather where you are?
Well, it's not cold, kind of chilly at about 60, 65 right now. I'm doing this in Texas.
Okay.
So it was sunny all the day and it's not that cold.
Okay. It was sunny all day. You don't need to say all the day. Contrary to common sense using articles, seems like you should use the, but we normally say all day. Bakri, there's a lot of noise behind you. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you can do anything about it, but it's quite noisy behind you. I can hear the person speaking behind you louder than I can hear you. And when you speak, I can't hear you because there's something, I don't know if it's a person or the TV or what it is, but I don't know. If you can fix that, it would be great. Okay, Andre. Hi, Andre. You're
Hi.
back. I'm back.
Yeah.
I had some technical problem that had nothing to do with me. It was something about, I don't know, the verbling and the authentication, and I don't know what it was. But anyway, I'm back. So you and I were talking about Fahrenheit and Celsius. Yeah, Americans still use Fahrenheit a lot.
Unit Anglo-Saxon unit. Measurement unit Anglo-Saxon, no?
Yeah, yes it is. That's right. And generally speaking, in case you want to know, generally speaking, for example, you said it's -8 there. So -8 times 2, it's actually, I get confused, 3/5 or something like that. Or the other way around, centigrade is 3/5, whatever. To get a ballpark, I quickly have to convert all the time because I'm used to Fahrenheit being an American. Quick conversion, and it's not exact, but it's within a degree, a couple degrees usually. For example, I take your temperature is Celsius. -8 times 2 is -16, plus +32 would be about roughly +16 Fahrenheit, and it's going to be close to that. Not exactly, but close. So about 16 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah.
You have 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You may multiplication for 2 plus 32. It's about the degree in centigrade and Celsius.
About. Yeah, that's about it. So when it's 0 times 2 is 0 plus 32, it's 32. So freezing in Celsius is 0 and Fahrenheit freezing is 32. Yeah, that's it. 5 ninths, 9/5, 3/5. Yeah, thank you. You got it. Okay. Yeah. I usually round it off to 2 because that's a lot easier, to do the math. Okay. All right. Yeah, here where I am, it's probably something like 28 degrees Celsius, which is not a bad day. It's kind of a pleasant day here. Francisco has joined us. Hi, Francisco. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. I'm doing well. And you?
I'm doing okay. Francisco, how's the weather there where you live?
The weather here is like maybe 18 or 20 degrees.
Okay.
Centigrades.
Yeah. Centigrade, Celsius, whatever, basically the same. And what's the weather like? Okay, that's the temperature. Is it rainy? Is it mild? Is it cloudy? Is it fair? Is it breezy?
Today was a sunny day. Right now it's a little cooler, but it's nice.
Okay.
The Celsius, the
Andre?
30 grade and Celsius is very, it's not equal. It's very
Okay.
neat. But you see, have a different formula is for that.
Sorry?
Okay? It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Celsius and centigrade. It's
Okay.
another,
Another
but
scale?
it's very neat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I said. It's roughly the same. Okay. Um, okay. All right. So they're two names for slightly different temperature scales. That's right. Okay. But they're very, very similar in any case.
Yeah.
Very, very close. Okay. Anyway, Francisco, back to you. So it was a sunny day. It's a bit cooler now. All right. Does it tend to be, what's the weather like this time of year? What does it tend to be like?
Well, right now in February it's a little cold. It snow here like well the last month,
It snowed?
but yeah, it snowed
Okay.
a little, but well, right now the weather is nice.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay, I'll come back to you. Bakri.
Yes.
All right. Where are you again?
I'm Houston, Texas.
Houston. Oh, okay. All right. Uh, all right. What's the weather? It's much better now. Thank you. That was really much better. I can hear you much clearer. So, what's the weather like now? Again,
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
mean,
really hear you before. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it was sunny all day and almost 60, 65
Okay.
in a very, yeah,
Again,
it's pretty much
Bakri
cool. Yeah,
clearly talking Fahrenheit here.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, obviously. Okay. Yeah, 65, nice mild temperatures. All right, mostly sunny. Um, okay. By the way, we often say mostly sunny or partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, partly sunny, whatever. Okay. So decent temperatures there. How would you describe the climate in Houston? I mean, climate as in, okay, climate as in weather. Our topic is weather today. So, not that, sometimes I should mention that we use the word climate to talk about other things, social climate, political climate. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm actually talking about the weather. How would you describe the weather climate in Houston?
It's kind of uh, hot or tend to be warmer than the rest of the part of the United States, especially the Northeast and Midwest,
Hmm.
compared to those areas. And the lowest maybe even during the cold winter season, January and February, even it tends to be, it's not that cold. It's a minimum of 30 to 35,
Hmm.
and it's just few days during the whole winter season. Otherwise, like rain, heavily raining, it flooded sometimes, like yeah.
Okay. Some basic terms that we use for climate. I mean, real basic, and there's sub terms, but real basic. We have Arctic, which of course, northern Canada, Siberia. Okay, all right. Uh, Greenland, Arctic temperatures. That's pretty extreme cold. Temperate climate, an Arctic climate. Temperate is a place where they have seasons, basically. And then the other extreme, I guess, is tropical. climate, and we often use the prefix sub. So, for example, as an example, subtropical. Okay, it's kind of halfway between temperate and tropical or subarctic. Again, kind of halfway between actually Arctic and so Houston. Anyway, so Houston is basically a temperate climate, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. All right, Andre, you're up there in Quebec, very far north of Houston. All right.
Yes, I live in Quebec.
Yeah. So, what's the climate like in Quebec? Cold.
Freezing cold.
Really cold.
Politically not political.
Yeah, not political. No, let's not go there. Yeah.
Okay.
The political climate in USA is getting hot.
Yeah, it's really getting hot.
It's really getting hot. Yes, it is.
Tomorrow is one of the hottest days.
Yeah, right. Right. In New Hampshire, it's gonna get really hot.
Yeah, even like in spite of a snowstorm, it's really hot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Pretty funny, guys. Okay. All right. Andre, let me ask you another question. What is your favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Summer. That was fast.
I like all season, you know.
You do? Okay.
But I like spring or fall, yes, or autumn. I like, I like all season. But
Okay.
the fall is good because it's not hot. You have a good wind, and sometimes you don't have a bibit. You know, it's mosquitoes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
I don't know is the all mosquitoes is good. You don't have is very good. Is the good color tree is very good because you have a multicolor. You know.
Yes, it's very beautiful. The fall foliage, when the leaves turn colors in the autumn or fall. We refer to that in general as fall foliage. Very beautiful.
Exactly.
Red, yellow, orange, purple. Yeah, it's nice. Very pretty. True. Okay, it's winter now, though. Andre, do you engage in any winter activities? Do you do any winter activities to try to get outside, ski or snowmobile or skate or something?
Yeah, the winter, but I have before a ski-doo.
Yeah.
A snowmobile.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I just have a quad. You know, is the quad
Right.
you remember what is quad?
That four-wheeler. Americans commonly call it four-wheeler. All-terrain.
Yes. I have a four-wheeler. Yeah, I use sometime all season, but this season in the winter is good because it's possible to have way on the way in the wood, the wood, you know,
the forest.
The forest.
Yeah.
You have a snowmobile. He clean the snow. After that, I take his highway. I would see. I saw and animals.
Cool.
Animals is the
What kind of animals?
I think it's the wolf.
Wolf?
Wolf. No?
You're out there chasing wolves around on your
Yeah.
ATV, on your
Wolf.
four-wheeler?
Wolf.
Wow. Oh,
Wolf.
roe.
Wolf.
What's that?
No.
Roebuck, like deer? Or
You don't know what is a wolf?
not sure.
Not sure.
You're
Oh, no,
talking
not
about deer?
I don't know. It's not wolf?
I
Yes, okay.
don't.
Okay, I check my screen. I just for to. It's wolf.
Okay.
Yes, kind of deal.
Wolf the picture.
Deal. Like
Okay,
kind
deal.
of
Okay.
one of breed of the deals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, white-tailed
Wolf.
deer. Roe deer. Okay.
Wolf
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's very. I mean, I grew up literally an hour or less south of where Andre lives, but we don't even row. I'm like confused by that terminology. I'm down in the States, is where I grew up, and we just call it we just call it deer generically, or white-tailed deer. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, lots of deer. Yep, deer,
Okay.
moose, fox,
Yeah.
raccoons, porcupines. I'm actually quite familiar with the wildlife. Bear
Yeah.
sometimes. Moose. Moose is
But
my favorite.
yeah. Yes.
Teddy bears.
Teddy bears. Yeah, not really. Okay. Anyway, all right. Well, these live in that kind of climate. Okay. Uh, let me let me go back to Francisco, I guess. Francisco. Whoa. Somebody's beeping. Francisco, are you there?
Yeah, teacher, I'm here.
Hey, uh, do you ever experience any kind of extreme weather where you live?
Yeah, yes, here we have the four well
Yes.
we
Seasons?
have everything. Yeah. Winter, fall, spring.
Yeah, the season.
Uh, Maybe 5 years ago we had a temperature very cold, like minus 20 degrees centigrade. So it was extreme for us because it was
Hmm.
cold.
Mm,
We
yeah,
are not used to bear those kinds of climates.
yeah. I Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, I grew up where there's lots of snow. I grew up in Vermont in the mountains, plenty of snow during the winter, lots of cold temperatures. And I went to university in New York City, and when it would snow like this much, and I would laugh like big deal. They would literally shut everything down. Panic! University's closed. All the stores are closed. Everyone get water, get a flashlight, get sleeping blankets. Totally ridiculous. I would just be laughing like, yeah, okay, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the stores like they are empty, like no
Yeah.
food.
Right. Like panic.
But the last
Uh,
one like was really like hard, like the
there
really
was
tough
uh,
layer.
quite recently a really, really big storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly the East Coast. Yeah, good. It's good training for them, in my opinion. Good, good. You need to get used to it. Climate change is going to get worse. Maybe. I don't know. We can talk about that. Bakri, um, first of all, Bakri, have you ever experienced any extreme weather events?
Uh, well, since I moved like from tropical part in Sudan, in Africa, all the
Mhm.
way to US, and I was experiencing snow. That was the first time in my life, like in for 2 years.
Right. For you,
Uh,
it was an extreme event.
that was an extreme event, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
It was almost 2 or 3 inches. No, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I understand. I do. I now live in the Philippines, and it made national news when a mountaintop had a little frost on the top of the mountain. You know, when the condensed water freezes and it makes the grass kind of white looking. It's not snow. It doesn't come out of the sky. It's just anyway. For here, that was a big deal. They where I live here in the Philippines, they have never, ever, ever, ever had snow, ever in history. So if it snowed here, it would be total panic. They can handle a typhoon, no problem. You know, that's okay. Yeah, it's a typhoon, another one. But a little snow, I can't imagine that everyone would be hysterical. They wouldn't know what to do. I wish it would happen. It would be great. Anyway, Bakri, all right. Now you're in Houston. Or actually, let's talk about both. In Sudan, what kind of extreme weather was there?
It's kind of dry,
Yeah.
hot, dry and hot. It's most like 7 months out of 12 months of the year, and 2 or 3 months is get heavily rain, but most of the time it's not. Yeah, it's sometimes 90 all the way above 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty radical. So, okay. So drought's a big problem. Not enough water
It's,
for people and crops and animals.
there is, but like there is. The Sudan is like a large country. It's not like the north. So the northwest part, like really, it's part of tropical Sahara. So it's
Right.
almost a desert. But
Right.
northeast, all the way to Red Sea, going down all the way, like because the River Nile, like the one of the largest or longest Nile in the Sudan, is crossing Sudan all the way from the south all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. So
Yeah.
it's not that a big issue though. It's rain when it's rain heavy, like even sometimes it's flood. It's not the dry.
Ah.
It's just part of Sudan that's really almost has never experienced water. I think it's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting climate. All right. Well, since you've been in Houston, have you experienced any extreme weather there?
Well, I think part of my decision to move all the way from Northern Virginia to the Houston is like the weather change because it's not hot like as in Sudan, but a little bit more. It's warm, not hot, and not cold as in Virginia. So it
Yeah.
gives me like kind of a peace of mind. I don't have to worry about the cold that much.
Okay. A little closer to what you're used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Can understand that. Okay. Okay. Andre, back to you for a minute.
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Andre, what's the most extreme weather that you have experienced in Quebec? I might be able to guess. Really.
Yes, the big, a big snow,
Okay. Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
I
A, s-
remember that.
a
You have a,
snowstorm.
in the Montreal, you have a skidoo. He pass on the street, okay?
How funny.
Because he's not have a car. You don't have a car on the street. It's in center de Montreal. You have a skidoo and pass because all people are if dangerous because it's the big snow. It's the I think
Yeah.
it's the it's, you say it's the what
A,
is the
a
name?
blizzard.
A blaze is the stone.
Blizzard.
You
Snowstorm. Yes, that's
but
snowstorm or a blizzard. Yeah.
but in Quebec I pronounce stone and is I use a stone. It's the big. You have a lot.
Okay.
I use
Uh-huh.
French word storm.
Okay. In
A
English,
storm.
it's a big snowstorm or a blizzard.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, one event that I remember, Andre, and let's see if maybe you remember as well, is a really huge ice storm that hit New England and Quebec a few years ago. That was really, really impressive. It knocked the power out. Can you guys hear me? I seem to be frozen.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
All right. My
Yes,
whole
yeah, we can.
my whole okay. Thank you. Thank you. My whole screen is frozen. I can't message anymore. I don't know what's going on. Weird technical problems. Anyway, Andre, are you still there?
Yeah, I am here. You
Okay,
have
okay. Do you remember
hurricane or torrential wind.
do you remember the big ice storm where the power went out and you basically couldn't go anywhere and trees fell down because of all the ice and
Oh yeah, it's the stone for the free the the fire electricity. It,
yes.
it's dumpster down
Yeah. Yeah,
dripping.
the power went out, no electricity for days.
Exactly. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, because I don't have electricity in my house. I go to another
Uh,
house. I and the toilet. I with take. I don't have a waiter because the waiter is I in my pipe for
yes.
probably
Frozen.
I you know what is
Yeah. I do know it's a very big problem in very cold areas. If your pipes freeze in your house, the problem is, of course, water expands when it freezes, just like,
exactly.
and so it can burst your pipes, it can break your pipes, and then you got a big mess. You got a real problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I know about this
because
problem.
I don't have you know I don't have electricity. It's very cold
Yeah,
Yeah, I
in the
think this is a
ground.
consequence of power, any power outage. Like,
yeah. So yeah, cold
yeah,
climates can be kind of scary sometimes. You got no power, you got no water. You're basically living like a caveman.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the fridge and the food is not good
Yeah,
because you don't have electricity.
exactly. Okay. Yeah, it can be a little scary. Let's talk about weather and the climate and changes in the weather, and maybe climate change a little bit. Francisco, have you? I don't know how old you are, but assuming you've been around for a few years, Francisco, have you noticed any changes in the weather in the past, whatever,
Mm,
10,
yes,
15,
sir.
20 years?
Yes.
Do you think the climate is changing where you live?
Yes. I think everywhere the weather is changing. The weather has been changing um, for the last 30 years. When I was a little boy, well, we have an amazing climate. But right now here in Mexico, um, a lot of rivers are dry, so there are a lot of drought
Mhm. Yes,
in
that's
the
correct.
country. Yeah, but yeah, I think that was like 30 years ago that the climate or the weather began
Hmm.
to change.
Doesn't sound like beneficial change. Doesn't sound good. Drought. Okay. Um, and Francisco, how has that affected people?
Well, it affects a lot because well, agriculture is finishing because in the land where agriculture existed, well, there is no more agriculture, or most of the people who live in some areas move to the city or are doing other thing.
Uh-huh.
I think this affects a lot. Affects a lot because well, we have to depend or we depend of, of the water in the underground. So every day we are pumping out more and more water from the underground.
Okay. From underground, you don't need to say the underground. We need to pump out more water from underground.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Well, because we don't know which underground. It's kind of vague. It's not specific, so we don't use the. And it's uncountable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of scary because what happens when you use up the aquifer? That's the water that's kind of underground, as you said, that holds water. That's an aquifer. I mean, once that's gone, you're in big trouble, right? I mean, that's a little scary. Water's kind of essential to human life,
Yeah.
as far as I know, and I'll drink to that while I can. Cheers. Okay. Bakri, let me talk to you for a minute about climate change. Have I know you've moved around, whatever, so maybe a more difficult question for you, but in your opinion, has climate changed in the last 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah, I think that even like here in United States, the last storm that hit the Northeast, it was a history record for at least for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
They never experiencing such snowstorm in the Northeast part. So there is a lot of changes going on. Even in like back in Sudan, temperature is right now dropping all the way to 30s. I mean 30, 35 instead of 80 to 90 during the hot weather. So it's kind of big changes in the last at least few years.
Oh, so
It's
wait a
getting
minute.
really cold. That is
Really
dry,
cold?
very dry and cold. Yeah, especially the
Really?
north part. Yeah, and it's
Interesting.
kind of dry. Yeah, like
Oh,
people are suffering right now from like a lot of complaints. How it's like this is extreme. They never experienced that for like before 15 years. They said they remember something like this before, and right now like this is a similar episode before 15 years.
okay. Very interesting. Okay, in my opinion, more than the hot and the cold part, the too rainy and drought is much more important and actually more
Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's sometimes it rain too much, like even it's flood, and it snow too much, even like it's fully packed, like yeah, inches, and it, on the other side, flood is like a
right.
natural consequence. Yeah,
Absolutely right. And I think it has the repercussions, how far it goes, not just how it affects people. Obviously, it affects people in a drought or a flood live there, but also far-ranging economic. This causes agriculture problems, which causes economic problems, which causes political problems, which causes
absolutely.
migration problems. It just, on and on and on.
It's a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's a vicious cycle. Very good. Yeah, it's kind of frightening. I don't know. Is it too late? I mean, is it too late to put the brakes on, or what? I mean, I
I
don't
think
know.
United States has started like a lot of programs like for climate change, including
Yes.
the underground oils, water, gas. But I mean, they started to do something, but I don't. I mean, I'm not sure it's late or we are in appropriate time right now, or it's like too. I mean, definitely it's not early. It's not too early, or it's not
It's
early
not
and
too
not.
early. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
answer, Baka. Good answer.
Yeah.
It's not too early. That we do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are late, but we don't know exactly Like how far away?
Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows. Okay. Andre, let me go back to you. How about where you live? How about in Quebec? Do you think the climate has changed in the past 10, 15, 20 years?
I think is is the this phenomenon now is IO. IO phenomenon, the temperature on the world is the change now because is now we have a snow and unity state.
Mm.
You have temperature to change all the world is a phenomenon for a little air to change because it's the big ice and then the north is it change the temperature. It's phenomenon. I know. You know.
Temperature, I'm not sure what word you're saying. Phenomena?
Yeah,
A
phenomenal.
phenomena. Okay, yes, all right. These special events in okay, these special events in nature or in the natural world are we can call them phenomena, kind of special things. Um, right now they're becoming you're using the word phenomena, which is interesting because 10 years ago they would be called anomalies. An anomaly is something that is completely different than abnormal, absolutely different. It's an anomaly. It's a, well, we used to say a once in a century
It change
phenomena. Yeah, but
climatic.
right. Now we talk about once a decade.
Okay.
Soon it'll be once a year. Uh, okay. Um, hmm. Uh, okay. Andre, where you live? Where do you live? Do you live anywhere near the St. Lawrence Seaway?
Yes, I know. Yes, yeah, I don't. Yes, I know where is the settlement. We
Yeah,
serve.
right. Is anything happening? What's happening to that major river, majorly important river? Is there any changes going on with the St. Lawrence Seaway
What?
or not? Is there any changes going on with that river? I'm just curious. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it
Yes,
more polluted?
yes. It's the change, but it's not in the Quebec. It's Montreal. It change. You have a low or high. It change level, but it change a level the best with and around the ocean. Okay, is you Nick is the north is the S is the approach. 1 minute.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
okay. It's a fluff. It's a river. Okay, river. Okay, it's the same. Okay. Uh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is the river because is the river you have uh, a
River.
river is the same for anything you what is the name for river?
River? Well,
Yeah.
okay. Look, all right, a little vocabulary. In English we have different words for the size of the river.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
You
want.
know.
I want. I want to.
Yeah, okay. Look, for example, a little, and again, I'm sorry, I have a technical problem, so I can't write the words in the chat box.
Okay.
Sorry about that, but okay. Um, Basically, a rivulet is just a tiny, the size of your hand, water. Okay, you could easily step over a rivulet. You can have a brook is something that BROOK, brook, comes down from a mountain, and you can probably take a jumping step and jump over a brook.
Yeah.
Okay, that may get bigger and it may become a stream. A stream, you can probably hop across some rocks and get across a stream. Okay.
Okay.
And then a stream gets bigger, it becomes a river. A river, you're going to have problems crossing a river without a bridge or a boat.
Okay.
You can't do it.
But
Okay.
is the Saint Laurent is the big river. Big. It's not the same
Yeah.
name in French. You
Well,
know,
the St. Lawrence, we often call it the St. Lawrence Seaway for two
okay.
reasons. It's big, and also because it is a common transportation mode for ships from the Great Lakes all the way to the Atlantic
Yeah.
Ocean. So it's a seaway. It connects the interior with the ocean.
Yes.
And that,
Exactly.
and yeah,
Seaway.
right. Seaway, yes.
Seaway.
That's right. It's commonly referred to that as this St. Lawrence Seaway. Right. I'm curious because I haven't been there. I used to go fishing in 1,000 Islands, in Lake Ontario, in many of the areas along the St. Lawrence Seaway. I'm familiar with. I am curious if anything is happening due to climate change, due to pollution. If there's anything that's changing about that major seaway or river. Do you know? Maybe nothing's changing. I don't know.
Yes, you have some city around the Seaway Saint Laurent, but
Saint Laurent.
yeah, Saint Laurent.
I know that. Yeah.
Okay. But you have, is the pollution in the city and the Saint Laurent.
Okay. So pollution, yeah. The standard problems. Okay. Okay. Fine. All right.
You have a boat, a big boat. You know what is the big boat? Is the name of the big boat is the
No.
the large seaway? No. Okay.
Like cargo ships?
Oh, cargo. Yes.
Cargo ships.
Okay.
Yeah. Big ones. Right. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to Francisco here for a moment. Francisco, do you think weather affects the way people act? Can weather affect people's personality, their emotional state?
Yes, absolutely. I think, well, it depends on the location of the people. If if these are people living in Alaska, maybe, well, maybe they have the same weather. But if you're living in another area or other country where the weather has changed a lot, well, maybe it can change your mood. It can change your behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, where I grew up this month, February, people would talk about cabin fever. Cabin fever, I don't know if it's more to do with the cold. I think it's the cold weather, being inside all the time, but also lack of sunlight, being dark all the time. Cabin fever, the idea that, and basically statistics bear it out. Where I'm from, in this very cold climate, there are more suicides in February than the other 11 months combined.
Yeah, absolutely. Depression is like very, very the peak of depression during the year.
Yeah.
The winter, like getting.
Yeah, and it's very commonly, I mean, just spoken about in a very conversational way, cabin fever. I got to get out of here. I need to go to Florida for a week. Getting cabin fever. I mean, everybody knows what that is and what we're talking about. But anyway.
It's really frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people say, and I don't even know how I think. I don't even know my own opinion. But okay, Bakri, do you think like people are different generally who live in temperate climates than people who live in tropical climates? I mean, in their, well, literally we say temperament in English. The if they get angry easily or they're very happy-go-lucky, who cares? What do you
I
think?
mean, it's kind of difficult question. I didn't even experience it, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I like I don't know exactly, but like there is an obvious relationship between extreme cold weather and depression. And
Yeah.
I noticed that when I moved to US, yeah, like suicide and depression,
Mm,
it's really very high numbers.
yeah. I'll tell you another aspect I've noticed about climate, and this is more like on the whole culture. And it's okay, it's just my opinion. Don't get mad at me, anyone. But one thing I noticed is that people who are from cold climates tend to plan ahead a lot more. They tend to think down the road. They tend to think long term in terms of everything, their family, their finances, their education. Whereas generally people live like where I live in the tropical Philippines, people don't think past today. Really, it doesn't matter. Every day is the same. It's warm. We don't have to worry about.
Maybe that is like maybe this is a positive. Like they live it day by day, but then we don't know what's going
Right,
on tomorrow. Like what's going. I don't
right.
know.
And
Yeah, this is
I'm not.
it, out
You're
there.
right. Maybe it's a positive. Right.
Yeah.
They tend to be a lot more. They have less stress. They're not worried
Yeah.
about things. On the other hand, being that I'm a northern person and now being here where nobody thinks about tomorrow, it can be frustrating. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, people.
Yeah. Because
Hello.
you spend like most of your life in like you planning ahead like by years. So
Yeah.
nowadays you tend to live day by day. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bakri, it's things like okay, they're going to develop an area for people to live, but so they put in a very small, narrow road, and they put in a very, very bad sewer system, very small, cheap sewer system. The infrastructure they build for tomorrow. They don't build for 10 years from now. So 5 years after they build a development here, it's already not workable. You understand?
Yeah.
There's not enough
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. From this point of view, I think you are right. Like this is totally. I mean, I don't think this is related to cold weather or whatever. This is
You
related
know?
to the system in general in that country. Like the
Mm,
people on like the decision makers, they
yeah.
are not mature enough, or they are not like they don't have the experience to many certain things. Like they look just for 5 or 6 years. They don't look for 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, like
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree in this point. Like, but
Okay.
at the end of the day, it's nothing related to cold weather. I
You
think
don't
this
think
is
so? Okay.
totally yeah, they messed up. Nothing related to the weather. I don't think the weather can affect their decision ability. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, maybe. How about food? Do you think people tend to eat different foods if they're in a different climate? Andre? Andre, do you think people who live in a cold climate like yourself and people who live in a tropical climate tend to eat different kinds of food?
Yes, it's possible. Yes.
It's possible. Well, anything's possible. Okay. Well, you know, okay, Francisco, what do you think? Food being an essential part of culture, do you think climate has anything to do with typical foods and diet?
And, with diet especially, eh, because in winter I tend to eat a little more than in summer.
Yeah, it's actually a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's simple biology. You need more fats, you need more energy to stay warm than you need to stay cool.
yeah, but I think it's bad for your health.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's that's depends what you're eating, you know. If you're eating ice cream and French fries,
Yeah,
try to put on your winter fat, then yeah, that's probably not good. Yeah, you have a point. Many people point to the Mediterranean diet, where it's a temperate climate, but they tend to eat fats that are, you know, the kind of fats that are good for you, olive oil and like that, as being kind of an ideal, as opposed to North Americans, frankly, who eat a lot of cheeseburgers
yeah.
and French fries to get our fat. Well,
And
anyway,
pizza.
pizza. Yeah, I'm all for pizza. I love pizza. Regardless of where I am, what climate, I love pizza. Okay, gentlemen, I'm actually out of time. I got to get going. I have another one-on-one class to get to. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And you guys
Thank you
have a
so
great
much.
day. We'll see you again soon, I
You
hope.
too.
Bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.